very much. Hello. It's good to be with you.
It was May 22nd, 2010. A Florida man was looking to buy some pizza, specifically 2 large pizzas. So he went on a Bitcoin talk forum and made an offer. 10,000 Bitcoins in exchange for 2 pizzas. A British man took him up on the offer. He delivered the 2 pizzas and he got 10,000 Bitcoins in return. At that point, it did not seem like a lot of money. 10,000 Bitcoins were worth only $41. So it was a fair deal. But today, it would have been a couple of multi-billion-dollar pizzas. Because look at Bitcoin, it has topped $100,000 for the first time ever. Today, 1 Bitcoin is worth $103,000, $103,000. It's a record high for the world's most popular cryptocurrency. And a day many thought would never come. So how did Bitcoin reach here? What fueled this rise? And what does it mean for the future of crypto? Should you buy it? This story begins in 2008, the year of the global financial crisis. Distrust was growing in traditional finance systems. Amid all of this came a 9-page white paper about a payment system called Bitcoin. It was published by an anonymous person going by the name Satoshi Nakamoto. The idea was to create a decentralized digital currency. What does that mean? What is a decentralized digital currency? The transaction would happen digitally, directly, from user to user. There will be no middleman. No banks, no governments. The first Bitcoin was launched in the year 2009. It was created by a process called mining. Each Bitcoin is basically a digital file. It is stored in your digital wallet. You can spend it from your wallet. You can even send it to other people. Every single transaction is recorded. It's on a public list called the blockchain. That means you can trace it back. Now, in the beginning, Bitcoin was the realm of tech enthusiasts. 1 Bitcoin was worth mere cents, so they bought it in bulk, like Britain's James Howells. He had over $700 million in Bitcoin stored on a hard drive, a sum he had accumulated over the years. He could have minted millions, except his partner threw the bag in which this drive was kept. She discarded it in a rubbish dump. Howells tried to get it back, but he could not. His fortune literally went in the dumps. Bitcoin itself had a better trajectory, though. There were some highs in 2021, but then came a drastic slump. 2022 and 2023 were bad years for Bitcoin. In November 2022, 1 Bitcoin was equal to just $16,000. And that's because of FTX, one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world. FTX collapsed in 2022. Its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, was arrested. He was found guilty of fraud, and that impacted Bitcoin's popularity. But this has been a good year so far, 2024. On the 1st of January this year, Bitcoin was worth $43,000. Today, it is worth $103,000. That's a rise of over 130%. Most of it was fueled by just one election. Donald Trump won the White House, and he promised a pro-crypto approach. He has vowed to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Yesterday, Trump made an announcement. Paul Atkins was his pick to lead the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. It is the U.S. market regulator. Atkins will lead it. He is pro-crypto. He does not support regulations for the asset, and that has sent Bitcoin surging. It crossed the $100,000 mark.
If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way, and that's what's going to happen.
There were watch parties and celebrations across the globe. And this rally raises a question: is Bitcoin a mainstream asset now? Countries are embracing it like never before. El Salvador has made Bitcoin legal tender. Dubai has created crypto economic zones. Japan has recognized it as legitimate property. So there is excitement. But excitement alone cannot change the rules. Right now, there are two big problems here. Number one is regulation. How do you control something that was designed to be uncontrollable? It's a problem that governments worldwide are facing. Some have banned crypto outright, like China and Saudi Arabia. Others are trying to find a middle path, like a Bitcoin ETF. ETF stands for Exchange Traded Funds. It's like owning a Bitcoin, but through a surrogate. Plus, it is traded on traditional exchanges. So that minimizes the risk.
I think most governments now understand that adoption of Bitcoin, regardless, it's better to regulate the industry instead of trying to fight against it.
The second problem is volatility. Bitcoin may be $103,000 today, but tomorrow it can crash. It can be back to $10,000 or $12,000. And there's nothing you can do to prevent it. You can say this for any stock, but cryptocurrency is especially volatile. It is heavily influenced by speculative trading and given to sharp price swings, which is never good. And this brings us to the biggest question: should you buy it? Well, if you're in India, do know that crypto is not legal tender here, plus it is taxed 30% on all profits. That is the tax. Also, as things stand today, Bitcoin operates more like the wild west of finance, full of opportunities, yet also fraught with risks. So the missing piece in this puzzle is global regulation, without which Bitcoin will struggle to become mainstream. Yes, Trump has created a favorable environment, but even as the president of the mighty United States of America, he cannot single-handedly rewrite the rules of global finance. That would require global political will, a coordinated system spanning nations. Until then, Bitcoin's future remains uncertain.